she's deviated from her path. Great Titaness, the Eye of Night, I draw you down. Lend me your might.
Good evening to you, little star. Our cycles now are intertwined, as I no longer can afford merely to watch. Whichever threat we face, I vow to shine for you.
Selene, I now send to you the nectar of the gods, that it may warm your passage across the sky.
Little star, you offer this to me. The connection that we share as Silver Sisters is already more than I can ask. Now be that as it may, I have something for you.
You honor me, sister.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
Now that Artemis has revealed to Olympus what they need to know of you, she had pretext to return to your woods. But your reunion needed to be brief. Once our troubles have subsided, may we Silver Sisters meet together and rejoice.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
We have heard nothing from fleet-footed Hermes since he told us of our enemy's advance. Thus we strike, yet hold to faith that some night hence he shall return to us with news about what else the Titan Kronos has in store.
I call upon the moon and draw you down.
The boatman Charon is familiar with every twisted pathway through this world. Yet I provide for him my light, nevertheless. He need not always find his way alone.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
We need you where you are. Your battles through the underworld are consequential to the war that rages here. But leave the surface to the gods and me. Do not become distracted by the sealed crossroads gateway leading up.
Down, O moon. Lend me your light.
I held to faith your task would not require you above, only below. But Hermes indicates the threat here on the surface now looms larger than we thought. Rise to us then, whenever time permits.
Back. Let us together shine this night, O moon.
I regret our meetings are in haste, and that we are unable to converse when thus we meet. I am expected high aloft for all to see. Our connection is to remain as hidden as the crossroads. We are to move in shadows. Our charge as Silver Sisters is to work in shadow to uphold the will of night. Olympus remains unaware of us, that their own goddess of the hunt is one of us, that their own messenger serves us as well. Let us keep it this way.
Lend me your light.
If the might of Olympus were sufficient, the gods would have already put an end to their predicament. Time itself is against us, yet this is precisely the time for which we Silver Sisters have prepared.
Your light.
The Titan Kronos. He is time itself. Thus, by his nature, we can never be entirely prepared for him. He seeks the downfall of Olympus. But how exactly, we still do not know. Long have I been the Eye of Night, watching you grow and train in secrecy, knowing that upon some evening such as this, we Silver Sisters would make our stand. Shall we go?
Again tonight.
We shall see to it that the rightful queen and king of the underworld retake their throne. Her father I knew only from Nyx's account, though I would see your mother when she visited Olympus. You have her regal bearing, little star. To have lived all your life in misty Erebus, the world is so much vaster than that place. You shall see much more of it, I think, ere your task is complete. You have seen the path of stars and experienced its connection to my strength and yours. Though our paths may diverge at times, they often lead us to a single point. Little star, you grow in strength and knowledge rapidly. How proud your headmistress must be that you are able to surpass her finally. Yet we know the burden that you bear. I do not care to see the glimmer of the golden coins that Charon takes from you. It is far too much like the light of day, which likewise I can stand only so long. Good evening.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
I found you. little star. During such phases, I remain unseen in the night sky and can enjoy a moment's rest. But let us speak a little more, although I fear that speaking starts to drain me of my light. How fares the task?
Great Selene, I am honored by your presence here. The task proceeds at pace, I think, although, as you well know, we have much left to do. I'm grateful you've been watching over me.
And I am grateful for the opportunity. I am the Eye of Night, but you, I think, have come to be her sword, until we see each other once again under her veil.
Farewell till then.
Call upon the moon and draw you down.
You are not meant to be here, little star. Your cursed blood shall fight your every step. Yet Nyx herself would understand the struggle that you face. She too once thwarted what the fates foretold. I feel you closer to my light. You suppress that fate-wrought curse that binds you to your realm. I was uncertain such a thing was possible. Yet you surprise me fairly often, little star. I ought to welcome you more formally to our world's surface, little star. Part of me knew you would discover your way here. If you feel lost, you need but look aloft. Hail to you, Witch of the Crossroads. It gladdens me to see you, Hecate. I have observed the stalemate upon Olympus holds, although the Titan Kronos musters forces in Ephyra still. Shall I continue monitoring them?
Yes, Selene, do. Blasted Ephyra is the closest exit out of here. Do you suppose they are prepared for a single assailant to weave through their ranks?
The Titan's forces are somewhat in disarray. Thus, no, I do not think they are sufficiently prepared for one of us. But I shall watch and make certain of it. For now, I must be off. Together we shine.
Farewell. Together we shine.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
Another evening filled with possibility. I ride from dawn and cannot stay for long. I see your own night's journey has begun, so let us shine together, now and always. I saw that you encountered Heracles. Beware that man, who has made many enemies in service to the gods. He even wronged me once, and still walks brazenly as ever in my light. You wield the moonstone axe, whose broad blade shimmers with my light. Then you must hear the song it sings. Such strength, combined with yours. I know through your headmistress of your vision in which Kronos found and captured the three fates. This must have been a key component of his plan, but it does not change ours. The Silver Sisters never cede control.
Night, O moon.
It is uncommon to have earned Queen Hera's boon. She would confide in me sometimes while she would bathe. She has been more guarded as of late, as have we all. The Cyclops Polyphemus, whom you faced, once hid within a cavern not even my silver light could reach. The dark of night begins, as does your task. And I am here to usher you into that dark, toward inevitable victory and death. This is for you.
Draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
I felt a weight drawing me toward the crossroads recently, and realized it was the pitch-black stone. So then it has awakened, almost like an eye itself, but far older than mine, and peering from the infinite abyss. I saw the great king of the Olympians already bestowed on you his thunderous strength. He would contend it is more than sufficient on its own. But we Silver Sisters for no otherwise. Black-winged Eris has become an obstacle. She sometimes flies across my path, thus startling my steeds. I am the Eye of Night, yet cannot see much worth in her at all. I see you shine already with another light. The god Apollo's doing, I should think. Fear not. His power is compatible with mine. Light envelops light, never rejecting. From your perspective, those waters must appear to have no end. But they do end. And you have means to quickly cut across. I shall watch you sail on and help you make haste. A boon from Master Blacksmith Hephaestus is prized by warriors all the world over. To you, he gives it readily, knowing Olympians alone cannot stop what has begun. My ride across the sky tends to be quite a solitary one. I have my steeds to speak to, yes, but it is not the same as when I have the opportunity to speak with you.
Your aura is different, stronger. You have been studying the Arcana, meditating at your altar to prepare for your attempts.
Each card reveals to me a different strength. If I steady myself and concentrate, then it's as though I become one with whomever they depict. If only I could focus on them all.
To focus by its nature is to choose. Come, demonstrate to me this newfound understanding of yours.
There is one god whose swiftness far surpasses any steed's. And he has granted some of it to you, I see. I caution you not to make too much haste. Steadfastness is the key to victory. You face the Titan in the lowest depths. That much I knew before your headmistress confirmed you vanquished him, as I had faith you would. If his life force is like grains of sand, then you took one. Eventually, all. The sea god's strength already flows through you. Poseidon holds that he alone controls the tides. For this I cannot blame him. He does not know or understand my influence.
Lend me your light.
It has been too long since I saw you last. My steeds had grown rather exhausted from our rides. Where would I be if not for them? Closer to you, yes, but this is where we belong.
To you, Selene. I never feel lost knowing the moon herself is there to help me find my path.
You are most kind to honor me this way. It doubtless shall sustain my steeds and me on long nights such as these. You have our thanks.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
You bear the mark of chaos, little star. The most ancient being in existence lost a child to our common foe. Thus, the great creator becomes the great destroyer, through you. You have gone far since last we met, especially for someone with no steeds. Thus, I commend you, and may all of your future attempts in turn succeed.
O moon, my steady friend through all these nights, I have for you this humble offering.
I am grateful for your generosity, though the kinship that we share is more than sufficient, and makes the lonely nights seem to soar by.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
The fire goddess Hestia always proved difficult to track, and yet she willingly revealed herself to you. Either your reputation grows, or does the desperation of the gods. Here in the sky, I am immune to earthly troubles, such as having to share living space with the goddess of retribution. Nemesis never treated me as a sister. She inherited only her mother's strength. Another night now beckons, and I shall cast such shadows as to bring you strength and comfort, each in turn. Choose well the magic that shall be of greatest benefit. I watched the goddess Aphrodite seek you out. From her I learned a bit of how to influence the heart, but only when my strength is at its peak. And even then, I fear I pale in comparison. At last you looked upon the oath of the unseen, for this night is beyond compare with any I experienced in an age. It is as though darkness suffuses everything. I see often the gleaming sister blades within your grasp. I knew eventually that they would reawaken and accept you as their bearer. May their swiftness overwhelm your foes. You have grown quite familiar with my hexes, little star. By now you must have a particular favorite or two. Perhaps you shall continue to discover new dimensions in them all. If only you could see the world from where I ride. Some night, perhaps. I know just how much ugliness there is, but it is rather hidden from afar.
Great Eye of Night who watches over me. May your brilliance always shine across the world.
The customary gifting of the gods. I am becoming fond of this cycle. Some traditions of Olympus may be worth adopting after all.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
I have arrived to join you at the outset of this cycle, to illuminate each step along your path. The path only appears familiar, so take care. My innumerable journeys through the sky provided me with ample time to understand my light. By now I have a hex for each occasion, every phase, and you shall have them too. Your headmistress and I have worked together ever since Mother Nyx asked we watch over our domains, while she kept watch over the underworld. 2 titanesses bound by night. Death to Kronos. I sense that you are growing closer to manifesting the reality that we have long since sought. May you yet drain whatever light is left in him. I felt a weight drawing me toward the crossroads recently, and realized it was the pitch-black stone. So then it has awakened, almost like an eye itself, but far older than mine, and peering from the infinite abyss. Here, my light yields no greater strength than you experience below, for I give all I safely can wherever you reside. To be dependable and constant is my charge.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
You now possess the Argent Skull Reval, an everlasting reminder that death and fear ought always to be allies in our cause. Woe unto whomever meets her gaze. On nights as dark as this, I think only of Nyx. She ruled the underworld within your father's house, and she cared for me, among so many others. She knew I sought the heavens. Go, she said, and please keep watch for me up there. Remember, little star, the magic that my light awakes in you requires active focus on your part. It has no power without your intent. In moments when you need it, do not hesitate. I am entirely enshrouded now, a new moon for a new beginning. Use my cover of darkness to advance toward your goals. None of my light pierces this dismal region normally, but for you, little star, I shall not hesitate to pierce the heavens and the earth alike. Together, let us strive for victory. Olympus has no sense of my true strength, or yours. But it is just as well. We are most powerful when we remain obscure, when we are underestimated. Would you not agree? My innumerable journeys through the sky provided me with ample time to understand my light. By now I have a hex for each occasion, every phase, and you shall have them too. Let us begin another cycle, little star. Each has its unexpected qualities, but in the greater pattern lies a certain pleasure, does it not? My innumerable journeys through the sky provided me with ample time to understand my light. By now I have a hex for each occasion, every phase, and you shall have them too. The great night sky affords an advantageous vantage point, and I see your struggles plain. Know that the hardship you endure is but a phase. Seek pleasure in the rhythm of it all. So many mortals fear the onset of the dark, but the dark is merely where we ply our trade. Come forth then, little star, and let us shine together in the darkness now. All beings struggle to communicate. I learned from Nyx how to express myself, as you from your headmistress. Our speech is rooted in the past, our connections tenuous. Whenever you invoke me thus, I urge my steeds toward the earth, as far as they dare tread. They are becoming braver, I should think. Now please use well the power I reveal in you. We breathe, we bleed, we rest, we start anew. Did we create this cycle, or are we merely part of it? Sometimes I ask myself this question while I ride. Of late, your headmistress asked me, do not your rides across the sky become monotonous? I was amused to hear her jest. Each night is like none other I have known. You are fortunate to learn from the wanderer Odysseus. I used to follow all his mortal struggles, from his warring to his voyages. Some of the tales about him are embellished, but not all. He is an interesting man. The witch Medea learned to blot out my light, creating an eclipse whenever she required. We had a conversation after that, and all is well between us ever since. Between her curses and my hexes, you shall be feared. This gift of magic does not come from me, but from within. Yet, it is also true my luminance awakens innate possibility. An ill-kept secret, even mortals of the surface know. The goddess Nyx, in all her grace, began referring to me as the Eye of Night, for I could see even where she could not. This honor spurs me even now, just as I spur my steeds. We shall avenge her, little star. My light is waning presently, although I always have some in reserve for you. Nyx spoke highly of your brother to me, little star. I too am distant from my brother, Helios, the sun. Sometimes I slow my steeds to catch a glimpse of him as he engulfs the surface. I do not think we would have much to talk about. I remain troubled by the ever-sleeping son of Nyx, there in your crossroads. Neither your headmistress nor I have thus been able to awaken him. But every ailment must have a remedy. As daylight fades upon the surface, we begin to shine. I shall distract your enemies, while you press ever closer to the resolution that we Silver Sisters vowed would come to pass. My steeds are fresh, my strength is at its peak, and presently so too shall be your own.